can you maintain it to the end? The last note sounded pretty good. My guess is this note, this last note, could sound worse because we didn't play much longer than that. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Moore High School Band's March concert. This is our first time, at least in my tenure here, that we have had a concert in March, so I don't have a better name than March Concert. I was afraid it could be mistaken for marching band, but we're all sitting down, so I think we're good. But welcome to our March concerts. Thank you so much again for being here. We are glad that you're here, and we're excited to engage in a night of artistry as we share our music that we have been working on over the last couple of months. Let's talk through a few etiquette and housekeeping things. Number one, phones. Oh, look, wow, I'm ahead of the game. I don't have my phone on me. Please get out your phone. Make sure that your volume is down in case you accidentally play a YouTube video. It's happened. Please make sure that your ringer is off, and then go to your camera and go ahead and take a photo right now and find out, is your auto flash on? We want to make sure that is off. We don't want to distract anyone on stage or any of you out in the audience. So make sure flash is off so that way we minimize distractions of any kind. Then watches, your watches, they have theater mode on there. If you have an Apple Watch, I've turned to the Garmin side, so I don't have that anymore, but make sure that there's nothing distracting coming out of there as well as we prepare for this performance. Regarding etiquette, please sit quietly through the performances. We absolutely will accept your applause afterwards, but want to make sure that everyone who came here gets a chance to hear every note. You are here to support a friend or family member, and so is everyone else. Maybe yours isn't on stage right now, but you need to make sure you show respect as if they are, because we want to enjoy that. We want everyone to enjoy it all the way through the event. The other reason is that we are live streaming this performance. This is the second time that we've been live streaming in a way that is hooked up through the audio system, as well as through a camera in the back on a tripod that should let us keep it recorded with really high quality audio. So please keep that in mind when it comes to any kind of conversations. It picks up a lot more than you realize. We're really excited to have started this live streaming on YouTube, and so please make sure that you respect that as well. Okay, the freshman band. The freshman band, these are the students that you see in front of you. I only get to conduct them from January to May. I don't actually get to start them as an ensemble. We move them into second hour, which is when we rehearse, and that's when I start to get to conduct these students. And while they've all always been my students, as I have taught and helped out at both junior highs in their 7th and 8th grade years, this is where I really get to know them. And I get to know you guys. I get to know your families and how these students learn and what I can do that's going to be best for them, because this is the first time they're truly in my class. So I want to say it's been a joy and an honor to teach these students. We have experimented on a lot of different things musically, and it's been a joy. Like, I know I've said that a ton. It's just been so fun to work with them every day. They take it seriously. They hold me accountable. I told them, hey, you're in class, warmed up, ready to go, 9:21, and you better be there before me. And sometimes I walk out and they're warming up, but I see some of them look at me like, you're late, brother. Get on the podium. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. So it's been a blast getting to work with them. Our first piece tonight is called Rhythm Machine. It's, of course, very rhythmic. It has a little bit of an up and down feel and goes between smooth and more staccato and short, as well as having in the middle, kind of out of nowhere, a cool sea shanty feel. This is actually the piece that we plan to take to state contest in April 14th, I believe, for this group. We've had it for a while. We didn't work it for a while. But then when the ice days hit, we had another piece that we were working through, and we actually pulled this one back out maybe 10 days ago to put together and perform for you tonight. So I really hope you're as excited as I am to hear the freshman band perform Rhythm Machine. Please enjoy. This next piece that we're gonna play is one of my favorites. It's so cool, and the kids have absolutely loved it too. If you have a student on stage right now, they probably have talked to you about this piece at some point. It is titled The Great Locomotive Chase. Now, it's not just because I grew up loving trains that I love this piece. It's because it's awesome. I'm gonna read the program notes so you have an idea of what the story is and what this composer intended when he wrote it. But as you listen, I want you to notice programmatically, almost like you're in a movie, what sounds we're making to mimic the sounds of a train and the events that occur on said train. Inspired by the events surrounding the railway between Atlanta and Chattanooga during the early years of the Civil War, composer Robert W. Smith stages this train chase, complete with fascinating textures and effects. Listeners become engulfed in the vivid sounds. You can almost smell the smoke. This is an exciting original concert opener or closer. All aboard. Please enjoy Great Locomotive Chase. Hello. Okay, thank you so much for your patience as we transition. I do have one thing. I'll have another announcement later on, but I have one thing I wanted to make sure I spoke about early on. This year, you know this if you went to the parent meeting this month. This year, we are attending the OBA Concert Band Festival. It's a pretty young event that is hosted by the Oklahoma Bandmasters Association. That is the same group that hosts our state championship in marching band, OBA, Oklahoma Bandmasters Association. They have started hosting a concert band festival in the spring, and we're attending this year. What is unique to this versus OSSAA, which we have always attended and will still attend, this event is not for a rating. This event is for experience and work with live clinicians. Our event, we are scheduled on Friday, April 4th, and I actually got our times in today. This is the first anyone has heard these, just so we know. It's during the school day. All three bands are going to be busing over to Mustang High School. The freshman band performs at 8 a.m., the symphonic band at 9:30, and the wind ensemble at 11. And so it's a day we're going to go to Mustang and perform in front of 5 clinicians from multiple universities, from as close as OU all the way up to down to the University of Florida. And after we perform, we will have a clinician work with us for 30 minutes and get live in-person experience with a doctor of music. And then we will go and sit in the audience to hear other groups. So we get to perform and share with everyone and listen to everyone who performs. So that's just a bit of the information. You'll see a lot more of it, but just today I got our schedule. We're on that Friday, and we are all excited to perform at the Oklahoma Bandmasters Association Concert Band Festival. With that, I'm going to let the symphonic band start warming themselves up.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Moore High School Symphonic Band. Tonight we're playing a movement from Rafe Vaughan Williams' English folk song Suite, and my friend and colleague, Ms. Boozer, has been conducting that piece this semester, so she's going to be conducting that first, followed by John Mackey's Undertow. We hope you enjoy.
second round follow first, third follow second, fourth follow third, then percussion follow fourth.
principal players. Let's go. Kaylee, principal players. Kaylee. Principal, join in. Everyone sing that note on do. Two and do and do. Play again. Kaylee, the principals. Kaylee. And in next chair. And in next chair. Kaylee. Cool. And in the next chair. Everyone. Everyone. Now starting to center more. Okay, get ready for Admiral's first light. Thank you for your patience as we warm back up. This is our wind ensemble. This is the top ensemble here at Moore High School. We meet first hour every day and get to work on a lot of music together. I know I said it with the freshman band, but I mean it for all my classes. I love working with these kids. It is so fun. The ice days were awesome. I got to spend an amazing time with my wife, but I am so sad every day we don't rehearse because we don't get to create this art together. And that applies to all of my ensembles. So I love the warm weather coming back and the sun being up when I wake up. It's awesome. Okay, this first piece we're gonna play is called At Morning's First Light. I have a program note from another concert and then the actual program note that I'm gonna read to you before we perform. David Gillingham brilliantly captures the serenity and beauty of dawn in this music. He uses the instrumental texture to evoke various elements in nature: the sunrise, chirping of birds, leaves unfolding, and dew evaporating away from blades of grass. The shimmer of sunbeams eventually expands to the full involvement of a bright and sunny day, teeming with life and joy. At Morning's First Light draws inspiration from hymns and poetry. Gillingham's compositions offer an alternative approach to performance through his synthesis of artistic mediums. For instance, within At Morning's First Light, his emotive sense of poetry and nature imbue the music with a sensorial experience. The light-footed quickness of woodwinds expresses the ineffability of the morning, raw and full of promise. Whether showing us the agony of war or the hopefulness of a new day, Gillingham is a master of expressionism. As Gillingham says, I envision myself as a servant of humanity, expressing a myriad of emotions, thoughts, and feelings that cannot be expressed through words. And so it is with At Morning's First Light. Please enjoy.
Hello. Hello, good evening. My name is Miss Ruff. I am the assistant here at Moore High and the head director at Highland East. It's such a pleasure to be here tonight. I just want to say, I want to express a moment of gratitude because I have probably the best job in the world. I get to start beginner musicians at the junior high, and then I get to see what they become here at the high school. Seniors, we are not done. There's still plenty of music to be had and moments to be made, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time and dedication into this band program. And without further ado, we're gonna play Pepita Gruss. This is so much fun to play. I played this when I was a senior in high school. If you wanna dance, you're more than welcome to. Sometimes they can't stop. Okay, and here we go.
Let's hear it once more just for this night of music and all the students who have performed. Thank you again for coming out. We do have one more piece for you. But before that, I want to say some thank yous and acknowledgments. Number one is just about the venue and something you might notice different if you look up and we see what we call the cloud. It's part of our shell. We're slowly getting things improved and fixed up in our PAC, and I hope you can tell the difference of what we sound like because our sound is properly being projected out here. Know that what you see up there is 2 of 12 pieces of the shell, as this entire backdrop and sides are supposed to be that color and bouncing our sound out. So already it's made such a difference, and I want to say a huge thank you to Shannon Manning, our PAC manager, who puts up with me and helps us out in so many ways and doing everything she can to make this a suitable performance setup for us. So thank you so much, Shannon. Let's hear it for her, please. I want to say a thank you to our wonderful administration and principals. Just working with them in all kinds of ways, from with students to just organizing events, reaching out about facilities. They are always willing to help and take time for me, for our program and our students. And they very well understand how band it's different. We're not like math and English and core classes, just in our needs and differences, and they respect that and they help us with that. So thank you so much to my administration and all that you do for us. Thank you. And lastly, to the staff, Mr. Smith, Ms. Ruff, Ms. Boozer, thank you for making me have fun and for making this job fun. It's just a joy to create art with you and work towards the betterment of our students every day. And I'm so grateful for everything you guys do for me. And then lastly, my wife, Morgan, who is somewhere here. She's the reason I have made it this far, and I am so grateful to her. So thank you for everything that you do for me. Can we hear it for my wife, please? Wherever you are, I love you. Okay, the last piece that we have for you is actually our state rep piece that we plan to play at both the OBA Festival and OSSAA. Now, we're only playing 2/3 of it for you here tonight. There are no movements, but there's a very clear change in the piece from energy into what we call the B section, the romance section. And we'll be cutting off right before the last third of the piece. So you're not going to hear that tonight, but we've been working this one up slowly over a couple of months, and we're going to finish it out as we prepare for state in April. I do want to read you the program notes before we go, because this, again, is very based on poetry. So this piece is called The Hounds of Spring, and here's a bit of the poem, Atlanta in Calydon, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. There was so much traffic on the way here, I didn't have time to practice. When the hounds of spring are on winter's traces, the mother of months in meadow or plain fills the shadows in windy places with lisp of leaves and ripple of rain. And soft as lips that laugh and hide, the laughing leaves of the trees divide, and screen from seeing and leave in sight the god pursuing, the maiden hid. When the hounds of spring are on winter's traces, a magical picture of young love in springtime forms the basis for the present purely musical setting and traditional 3-part overture form of this lovely attempt to capture the twin elements of the poem: exuberant, youthful gaiety and the sweetness of tender love in an appropriate musical texture. The poem, a recreation in modern English of an ancient Greek tragedy, appeared in print in 1865 when the poet was 28 years old. It made Algernon literally an overnight success. This piece was commissioned by and dedicated to the John L. Forster Secondary School Symphonic Band of Windsor, Ontario, and its director, Gerald A.N. Brown. Please enjoy The Hounds of Spring. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful evening and a fantastic spring break. Thank you.